Hey everyone, Carrie here. Unfortunately, I don't have a writing vlog for you today, because after my 10,000 snow day weekend vlog, I was really hoping that I would be able to keep up the momentum and write another 10,000 words over the course of the week, but obviously that did not end up happening. It is actually Thursday now, and I haven't written a single thing since signing off on Sunday. Largely because, and I won't go into the details too much, but my partner has been dealing with some health issues lately, and on Monday he went to the hospital on advice of a specialist, and he's fine, he's okay, don't worry. But after the hospital ran some tests of their own, they couldn't find anything that was like a real emergency, so they sent us home and told him basically to get in line for an appointment with the specialist. And so we were only at the hospital for a couple of hours, but when I got home that day, I was just so completely drained of mental energy just from the highs and lows of the day that I decided I would just take the whole evening off from writing or reading or doing much of anything, actually. Honestly, I laid down on my couch and watched videos of podcasters reading Am I the Asshole posts until I felt my brain leaking out of my ears. And it was at that point that I figured I should probably just go to bed. I was kind of bummed about losing my track bear streak, but I thought I wasn't ever going to make 365 days of writing anyway. And after the major successes with my writing that I had had over the last weekend and even the weekend before that, I knew that I could spare a day and I didn't want to force it. And then it happened again on Tuesday. I came home and I didn't do anything. And again on Wednesday, even though I had a meeting on Wednesday morning that let out early, so I was home pretty early in the day, I ended up like laying in bed and watched stupid internet videos for like 6 hours straight, and that is not an exaggeration. So for the last 3 days, I have been working, coming home, and laying in bed to watch videos, and that's about it. But it wasn't until I realized that I was on day 5 of an insomnia flare-up that I had to accept what honestly my subconscious and my body already knew, and that was that I had hit a wall. And honestly, I do not want to make this another mental health video. I feel like I talk so much about my mental health on this channel that it almost feels like a crutch that I lean on whenever I don't have enough footage for a vlog. I just go, oh, my mental health has been bad. To be fair, this time it really hasn't been bad. I think I just was at my mental capacity for any sort of productivity. So I'm not going to talk about my mental health. Instead, I'd rather just talk about how to let yourself rest when you are the kind of person like me who gets the most satisfaction out of being in motion and being busy and having so much to do that you have to plan your day down to the minute to squeeze it all in, and you actually like it that way. Because I'll be honest, I woke up this morning having gone now 3 days in a row without accomplishing hardly anything even remotely meaningful, and I felt like a piece of shit about it. Like, it took me, I was in such a funk this morning that I felt like I was barely even being productive at my job, where productivity is a must and not it would be nice. But after thinking about it, I realized that I had slept better last night than I had in several days. And since my insomnia is tied to my anxiety and my stress levels, I'm really hoping that sleeping through the night last night means that I'm almost back to like full battery. Because honestly, that's kind of what the last couple of days have felt like. I had been switched into a low power mode, and I couldn't come out of it until I'd been sufficiently recharged. It's hard for me to rest sometimes because I depend so much on inertia to keep me going, and when I stop, I don't just stop, I crash out, and it feels like a Herculean effort to get me to get back into motion again. And wait a second, I just realized this isn't supposed to be a mental health video. Anyway, the point is that no matter how much I wish I was like a perpetual motion machine, I guess I'm actually more like an iPhone, like I said. And I wish that meant that I was expensive and had a slim body, but it actually just means that I can run a ton of tasks. But eventually my battery will run out and I will need a recharge. And also, I'm fucking fragile as hell. I guess what I'm saying is that rest isn't a 4-letter word. I mean, it is, obviously, but it's not a bad word. You know what I mean? It's not something you should or even can avoid just for the sake of maximizing production at all time. Because if we start thinking of ourselves like that, then the capitalists win and we can't let that happen. Man, I meant for this video to be like encouraging and a nice message to anyone who needed to hear it, that it's okay if life circumstances mean you can't write every single day or hit the big word counts you want. And then I realized it's me. Hi. I'm the one who needs to hear this. It's me. But anyway, if you are a fellow iPhone like me, I hope you remember to take the time to recharge your battery as necessary. I mean, I guess technically we should be doing it every day, probably, right? Which means that I should probably start figuring out how to squeeze in fun/relaxation time into my daily time budget. But whatever, it's fine, I guess. Anyway, that is all I have for you for this video. I hope you enjoyed a little montage of how I spent my Thursday evening. And apart from editing the rest of my Behind the Bandwagon review video, none of it was explicitly work, which I think is probably exactly what I needed, even if I hate to admit that to myself. My goal is to get back to writing tomorrow. I do have some work obligations in the evening, and then I will get my kids back from their dad, so I don't know that it'll be a big writing day, but I do plan on getting that perpetual motions machine started again with a little writing session in the evening. And then on Saturday, I thought it would be nice to take my daughter to the library because they have like an imagination lab there, and get some writing done at the library while my son is doing an extracurricular at school. So that is my plan for this weekend. I'm going to set a much more modest word count goal so that I don't put myself right back into the same situation I just left. And my plan is to have a proper vlog for you on Monday. I hope you look forward to it, and I will see you then. Bye.